Hi, I'm Dave. It's a Cyderbaby pod, and today we are doing something a little bit different. I'm speaking to Stretch from Firestorm MCR Festival. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Not so bad. You're looking well, man.
Yeah, it's a bit cold in Manchester, but the sun's out, so that's not bad.
Yeah, we've got the sun here. We haven't got the snow, so it's fine. You're looking very unstressed for a man who's created a festival.
Well, it's not my first rodeo, to be fair. Yeah, I've been in event management since about '96. Done some big things in sport as well as music. I also I organise other people's festivals for them as well, other clients who kind of pay me to make it happen. So I'm quite but this particular festival has ramped up a bit with me because I am a rock fan, and I've always been a rock fan. I've been a rock fan since about 1977 when I first heard Made in Japan. So it's been a bit of a dream to create my own rock festival, and and put the money in and see what happens.
Okay, so this is the first one of its kind then for you, really? First one.
It's the first rock festival. I've organised retro festivals before and things like that, but yeah, it's the first rock festival that I've owned and I've organised as well. Yeah.
Right. So where is it being held to? MCR's giving it away, really, but
yeah. I mean, we have got two designs on that because there's an MCR for those who would recognise that it's Manchester, and then for those who are not with the old abbreviations, we've got Firestorm Manchester as well, just to make it really clear. So it gets held at a place called White Bottom Farm, which is in a beautiful setting in Effrow Country Park, which is in Marple Bridge, not far from Stockport. Stockport, far from Manchester. The site itself has other festivals on that site. It has a dance festival called Moving, has an Irish festival called Crap by the Creek, and it has a country music festival called Buckle and Boots. So the festival site has been operating as a festival site and a working farm since about 2012. And the backstory there is basically the landowner, the farmer. He approached me around about 2012 because I used to have quite a decent recording studio in Alderley Edge, and he come knocking on my door saying, he wanted to turn his farm into a festival and he needed bands. So he wanted me to open the door to some bands, which we did, and we worked together. I think it was called Blackthorn Music Festival back then. It was more of an indie thing,
right?
But yeah, that I'm not sure when the last year that they did that. But yeah, Moving's been probably going 3 or 4 years. Crap by the Creek was the first time last year. Buckle and Boots probably going 4 or 5 years. Yeah. And I've been kind of nibbling at him, kind of like since we closed the studio down, which was around about 2015. I've been kind of saying, you should have rock. You should have rock in your portfolio. You've got all this other rubbish going on. You should have rock. And then he said, well, I'm going to do a tribute festival. I'm going to do a rock tribute festival. I went, right, brilliant, I'll come along. And then I saw the lineup, and it was Motörhead, and it was Thin Lizzy, and then it was The Jam and ABBA. Right. Yeah. I got on the phone and went, I don't think you're getting this rock. You started well, but you seem to have tailed off there. So anyway, he did do the tribute festival, but I was kind of saying, look, it'd be great to do an original festival on the land. A mini, like a boutique download is how we kind of started that conversation. Not wanting to be saying we're anywhere near download size or anything like that. We're only a 5,000 capacity each day, so obviously nothing like download. But yeah, that was the ethos behind it, that we could bring original bands. I was only interested in bringing original bands. I'd been working with Inglorious in the studio, and I spent some time with them in Sweden when we went to Sweden Rock. I was doing some work with Chris Kimsey, who's the Rolling Stones producer. Stuff with a guy called Andy Mack who works with The Who. you know, and we'd had a few rock bands come out of the studio as well, and that's my passion. So I was only really interested doing the original bands, and we actually signed the deal, believe it or not. We signed that deal 28th of September last year.
Wow.
And I thought, right, I'll get on with it. But unfortunately, I got quite ill in around about October. I got COVID, but I got some other viruses as well, and it was really bad. And 3 months, I was wiped out.
Right.
So it was only really after Christmas, if I'm honest, around about January, thought, you know what, we better do something about this festival. We've got the dates booked in. So I know a guy called Roy Davis, who runs Asylum in Birmingham. He used to be in a band called Shy.
Yeah.
Spoke to Roy, and he said, will you put your wish list together and I'll put my wish list together and we'll see what happens. So I put my bands down, he put his bands down. He used to manage Those Damn Crows, and he was working with Stone Broken as well on publishing and stuff like that. And we looked at it and thought, yeah, God, that'd be amazing if we got that lineup. And then we started contacting agents and management, and bar 2 bands, we got everybody.
Oh wow!
The two bands, funnily enough, they couldn't do it because they had a commitment.
Yeah.
And one of those bands has actually come back and the commitment's fallen through, and seeing if they can get on. But it's kind of done. It's kind of done, and it's next year. But yeah, apart from 2 bands that I really wanted, we got everybody.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we did the deals very quick. We did the contracts very quick. Well, quickish in rock terms. Yeah, and then we were due to launch, I think around about the 15th of March, something like that. But it was a little up. One of the headliners hadn't quite signed off, and you know, we wanted to mention that obviously in the launch. So yeah, we got that, and then we launched on the 18th of March at 2 minutes to midday, not midnight, but 2 minutes to midday. So yeah.
Okay.
So,
so where have you pitched your pricing for the tickets then?
Yeah. Well, so basically we've got, you know, camping and no camping. So you can come for the weekend for £100. The booking fees are really low. You're talking about, I think it's about £3 the booking fee, because we're rock fans too. We go to these, we go to Download, we go to Steelhouse, blah 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 blah. You know, we go to the festivals, and we wanted it to be attractive, obviously, because we want to sell tickets. We have to sell tickets, but we wanted it to be that, you know, lots of people could buy into it. And one of the things we were strong with the ticketing platform is the booking fee. So, you know, I'm hearing some horrendous stories at the minute where some of the booking fees are 25% of the ticket over in Ireland at the minute.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So we didn't want to get involved in that. We wanted to keep it as low as possible. You know, we certainly in this first year, we want to put a mega show on. So yeah, so we did the no camping weekend at 100 and camping at 120. Again, with a low booking fee. There's day tickets. Well, yeah, there's day tickets. Well, £50 a day out the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We had a fantastic launch, I've got to be honest, because I don't know, we were speaking to a few people, and we have got some friends in the industry, and they were kind of saying it's tough at the moment because of what's going on in Ukraine and coming out of COVID and blah, 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 blah. And they'd launched some big acts, and we're a bit disappointed and with the ticket sales. So we were going, oh, right, okay, well, you know, we'll build it and they will come, kind of Wayne's World. Yeah. Press the button. But we've got to be honest, we had a fantastic reaction across the social media, and that was reflected in the tickets. We absolutely smashed that first weekend, and we're away, and you know, I think we're 19 weeks off the actual festival. But yeah, it was fantastic, and there seems to be a lot of love out there for it. A lot of people saying how good the lineup is. I mean, it is difficult when you put something like this on, because, you know, obviously you'd like to put every band on that's not playing somewhere else, but that's neon impossible. What we tried to do is, some of these bands are on other festivals, that's true, but I can't find a festival at the moment where all of these bands are on the same festival.
Yeah.
And I think the lineup is strong, and we're already working on next year's lineup now. So, you know, proof in the pudding and all that. We'll see what happens. We're only 2 weeks from launch, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Looking at the poster that you've put out, it seems like you're doing like a dual stage thing. Is that right? Or
yeah, no, that's spot on. There's an existing stage on site,
right?
And then we're bringing in another stage in a big top. So both stages are covered. So we're protected from the weather if we do unfortunately get any bad weather. So yeah, and really tight scheduling on minimal clashes. So we're really looking at, okay, you might miss 5-10 minutes of that or 5-10 minutes of that, especially in the early lineups. But we are trying to flip-flop both these stages, and then when we get further up to the supports and headliner, then, you know, virtually no clashes. And that's the model this year. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're hoping that everybody can see as much as possible of all of these bands, rather than having to go, you know, we've got to pick, you know, do we go and see, do we see Wayward Sons or do we see Phil Campbell? That won't be the case here. Definitely not.
Brilliant. So we've touched on who's playing. Who is playing?
Right. Okay.
You have a list there, sir.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah. There's a lot of bands, even though I do think it's impregnated on my brain, and I am actually saying some of the bands in my speech the missus said. So, but yeah, Friday night headliners. We've got Wayward Sons, Toby Pop, and Phil Campbell. I won't swear on here just in case, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah, so we got. I've started calling them TBS, which sounds like another variant of COVID or something, but still. So yeah, we got Wayward Sons and Phil Campbell, who are headlining on the Friday. They're supported by The Treatment and Bad Touch. We've also on the Friday we've got Florence Black on, Bad Touch, as I just said, supporting Phil Campbell. The Hot Damn, who I saw a long time ago when they were the Amorettes, and Hell's Addiction. I'm not sure how much you're aware of some of these bands.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good lineup for anybody at the moment. So yeah.
I think that should be a rocking start to the Friday. You know, I mean, I've recently seen Wayward Sons and Phil Campbell, and you know, they were both well received and quite hard as well. You know, it was foot stamping, as I kind of been saying, face melting rock. So you know, I think it is party night Friday night. Florence Black, Hell's Addiction. I think they'll really bring it to us. There'll be lots of horns raised, I reckon. Saturday we've got Those Damn Crows headlining on one stage. We have got another headliner which we're embargoed on at the minute. We can't announce that till early May, so better not slip up because it's not been announced yet. And then supporting Those Damn Crows, we've got the Dust Coda. Supporting the other headliner to be announced is Inglorious. And then falling underneath those guys, we've got Empire, Buck and Evans, Guerrilla Riot, Revival Black, South of Salem, These Wicked Rivers. So, and there is a surprise coming, which I think I did the deal yesterday. Right. So I'm just waiting for the contract to get signed, and then there is someone else we're going to announce on that Saturday lineup as well. That's going to be pushed further to the top, probably just underneath Inglorious. And then Sunday, what we wanted to do with a Sunday is, because it's not a bank holiday, we want to finish fairly early. You know, I mean, we're going to stay there. There's an after party and there's a DJ, and you can stay with us till 2 o'clock and camp, no problem. You know, you don't have to leave till you don't want to. But for those who have just come in for the day or aren't camping and, you know, they've got work the next day, we've aimed to finish round about the 9:30, 10 o'clock latest of the live music. So on Sunday we've got Stone Broken, we've got King, who I went to see recently in Manchester and blew me away. Never seen them before. Really good gig that was. I've never seen Stone Broken yet. Mason Hill supporting Stone Broken. The Choir Boys, well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but Choir Boys supporting King, or as it might be referred to as Spike. from hearing. I don't know yet. Yeah, and then underneath those guys, we've got Riders Creed, Scarlet Rebels, Firekind, Attic Theory, and King Herd. Special shout out to Attic Herd because they actually came into my studio around about 2011 at Castle Rock Studios in Alderley. They were called the Matchstick, and it was great to speak to the guys as well, you know, and see that they're still doing it even though they've had a name change. So yeah, I think the thing is with the Choir Boys, it's probably a bit early to say anything in this interview, but we're talking to management at the minute, and you know, it's rock and roll, isn't it? It's rock and roll.
Things can change on a.
Yeah. The boys will sort it out, or they won't. You know, I don't worry about things I can't control. We will see what happens with Spike and the lads in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, so there's our kind of lineup. It's with the band that's going to get announced possibly next week. Now I think it's nearly 30 bands.
Right.
You know, we believe they're strong. You know, we thought about doing a Battle of the Bands competition and putting some starters on. But I think at the minute we're probably just going to reward those slots to some bands that catch our eye, if you like, rather than create a Battle of the Bands competition. Even though down the line, you know, really do want to do that. You know, I want to create the community. I want to tie in with rock clubs and, you know, support the rock clubs and rock clubs support the festival. But at the minute, it's all about the event management and marketing and making sure that the message is out there that this festival is here, because it's brand new and it's only really 2 weeks old. So
yeah, I mean, there's quite a lineup for a festival 2 weeks old. I'm quite impressed. So when can people start turning up? I mean, when are the first bands starting to play, or when planning to play? So people camping, when would be the ideal time to turn up for those guys?
Well, we've created a little party on a Thursday as well, if anyone wants to come along. So when you go on the ticketing site, there is what's called a long weekend ticket.
Right.
That ticket gets you in on Thursday from about 3 o'clock. And we're having a bit of a party at the night. You know, we've got some acoustic on, we've got some live on, we're going to have a rock DJ and a bit of a hot pot. And that we put that on really for us to be able to meet people in a relaxed way and then meet us as well, rather than be full, you know, running around organising the festival. So I suppose the earliest entrance is Thursday, with a bit of music starting at 6 o'clock. The main event on Friday, you can get into the site from around about 12 o'clock. Right. On the Friday, with the first bands coming on round about the 4:30 kind of mark. Our licensing, we finish around about midnight with a live music, and we then put you know, a rock disco on or something like that in the main bar till 2 a.m. And you know, we'll do that Friday and Saturday. Sunday we'll do it until people are there. You know, we can go till 2 a.m. if people are there. But we'll see what happens on Sunday night.
Yeah. Just getting down to like the nuts and bolts of things. There's things like disabled access. I assume that's all fairly good.
Yeah.
Because you've been running festivals there before.
Yeah, we've got basically the accessible camping, accessible parking. We haven't quite got viewing platforms. That's very hard to do on one of the stages, and we possibly could grow into that in the big top. But again, it's dependent on numbers. I'm actually speaking to a great guy actually who he's got a son who's got Asperger's, and he's very up for running our accessibility camping and stuff like that. And he's a veteran of it as well. He runs the accessible community at Download. So we're speaking to him. But yeah, at the minute, you know, there's blue badge parking right on site because basically we are in a nature reserve there. So all the parking is off site. You walk through the park, which is about a 15-minute walk, or you get a shuttle bus. You know, we've got shuttle buses, and you throw your camping gear on the shuttle bus and we take you up there. So they're running regular. Yeah, the blue badge holders will be able to come through the park and park actually on the festival. And it's very, very close. There is a video actually on the Purple Universe website. We showed you the sides, and it'll show you how close car parking and the stages are. You know, I mean, to give you an idea from the car park. Oh, have you gone?
No, you're back.
Yeah, from the car parking to 4 or 5 minutes walk maximum to the main arenas. So it's very close.
Food stalls is probably another big question on everybody's mind at the moment. I assume you've got a few there lined up.
Yeah, I mean, with food stalls, you've got to be fair to the guys as well. They've got to have you know, enough people to retail to. So yeah, the six vendors at the minute. You know, we've got curries, fish and chips, burgers, vegans, Tibetan food, pizzas, wraps, teas, coffees, things like that. So yeah, the vendors are in place at the minute. Yeah.
Yeah, and the bar as well is going to be fairly well stocked, because I think that's probably the most essential part, apart from the music.
Yeah, we do craft ales as well on the bar. I'm gonna actually speak to the guys, see if we can get Trooper on as well, because Trooper is actually made here in Manchester by Robinsons, so it'd be great to get Trooper on. But yeah, fully stocked. The only thing I did say to the guys the other day, I don't want any Russian vodka on the bar, if you don't mind.
That's fair enough. I can fully understand that. I'm hoping you've got a good array of cider as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there'll be cider on there as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Dog's trying to get in on the inside.
I've got my neighbour's dogs. I don't know if you can hear it. My neighbour's dog's going for outside, and yeah, I'm thinking about throwing a bone over there. So, sir, it's been a pleasure. So, where can people get tickets from?
You can go to the website, which is, if you put in www.purpleuniverse/Firestorm Manchester or MCR, or you can go to Gigantic. Go straight to Gigantic, put in Firestorm. It comes up, and all the tickets are there. Motorhomes, camping, no camping, weekend. It's all on there. Even an awning. Even if you want to put an awning on your motorhome, you can do that as well on there. The only thing that's not on Gigantic is glamping.
Right.
You do need to go to the website, the Purple Universe website. Make yourself get over to the Firestorm page, and there's a little button that says buy glamping, and that's that takes you to a different site, and they'll organise that for you.
Brilliant. We'll leave it there while we're going is good and the internet is behaving itself. Thank you very much for your time, Strat, and I wish you all the best for this festival. It does look fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Cheers.